I mentioned, you just, raise your hand. Somebody may, give you business. We have also KCB. KCB, thank you so much. We appreciate your being here. Integral Media, thank you so much. We appreciate your being here. We have a National Treasury also supporting through the COMESA Regional Integration Program. Thank you so much for your support. We have EcoBank. EcoBank, thank you so much. They're not clapping for themselves. Let's clap for them. Thank you so much. Smart Expo all the way from India. They're injecting cash also here in Nairobi. Thank you so much. Nairobi City County, already mentioned, but they're also big players bringing quite a number of SMEs to showcase their high-quality products. Amonex Enterprises, thank you so much for your sponsorship. And our co-partner, Ministry of Investments, Trade and Industry, who we have walked through this journey together for 6 years in showcasing what is made in Kenya by Kenyans. I wish at this point, of course, to thank all the industrialists who have over the years showcased and put in a lot of effort in rejuvenating this economy by coming to showcase their products and services. That also shows the kind of jobs you're creating in this country, the innovations, and how you're improving our livelihoods in this country. So thank you so much to all of you, the manufacturers in Kenya, and all the ecosystem players, the banks, and the development partners. At this point, I wish to invite Mr. Anthony Mwangi to do the welcome remarks. Asante. I never mentioned my name. I'm Joyce Njogu, Head of Consulting and Business Development at the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. Thank you.
Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Joyce. So, Your Excellency, the Governor, Honorable Ada Sakaja, you're most welcome. We are very grateful to have you at the CEC for Trade, our Board Director, Pankaj, our sponsors, all of you, the Fourth Estate, and staff at CAM. We are very, very pleased to have this conversation today, because this is a launch of what we'll be doing in the next 1 month, from 31st of October to 4th, 5th of November. And as you can see, we call it Changamka, because we tell Nairobians and Kenyans to come and Changamuka with us. This is a very unique expo, because we only showcase what is done in Kenya. And I was mentioning to Your Excellency that 65% of manufacturing is done in Nairobi. So you are the one single most important stakeholder.
The second highest number of wage employment at 352,000. Now, it goes to almost 85%. It's not the most desirable way, and we can be across the country. But just to give you slight numbers about manufacturing, currently we contribute 7.8% to the GDP. So if you look at 14 trillion GDP, is in excess of 1 trillion. The jobs, as I've told you, the second largest creator of wage employment. If you look at the tax coffers, 360 billion. And if you look at all the metrics, it shows you that only with 7.8%, we have a huge opportunity in this country. But where we are going, and we've aligned with the government, is to move 7.8% to 20% in the next 7 years. What does that mean? If it is the creation of jobs, Your Excellency, we are talking about over 1 million jobs. If we talk about the tax to the coffers, we are talking about over 1 trillion shillings. If you look at the output, overall output of the economy, it's about 6 trillion. But the problem, not the problem, the challenge is it doable? Is it possible? When, Your Excellency, we do our metrics, and we've done a lot of work to be able to look at whether this is possible. We have seen it's possible. Leather alone can create over 300,000 jobs. And our board member, Pankaj, seated next to you, his company alone employs over 15,000 people. If you talk to him, he sees big opportunities. And he will be telling you about that in brief. We do some of the best brands, the global brands here. As Pankaj will tell you, that we are the biggest supplier of Levi jeans globally. And when we do the Changamka, you will be able to see some of these global brands that are done in Kenya. If you look at the textile alone, and we talk about the size of the market, global market, we say the size of the pie, it is $2.1 trillion. Our slice of that pie is 550 million. It is a speck in the big ocean. But can we do more? We can do more. And because today we are talking about Changamka, I'll allow Pankaj to come and make brief remarks and invite Your Excellency the Governor, because we know that you have a busy schedule. But again, let me thank you most sincerely for taking time to come and sit with us. Thank you very much. Let's clap for the Governor.
Good morning, everybody. Mine is a very, very brief one. Yeah, I'm a tall man, but not that much. So mine is to just welcome His Excellency and request him to come and officially launch Changamka. We should all Changamka. And there is so much good and positive going on that we should celebrate. Ours is to celebrate the Kenyan manufacturing and the hard work of the people who do all these good products which we can now export from here. Please, Excellency.
Support MSMEs, we want to support manufacturing. Let us know what we can do. How do we incentivize you? We're willing. Nairobi is open for business. When you mention 7.8% of GDP, that is a drop in the ocean. If you look at 35, 40 years ago, the journey of China from an agrarian society to being a world economic power, it was just through industrialization. We shouldn't be running around you saying what you're producing is not right. Produce, manufacture, copy, if you must. But let's do it here. That is the journey they took. And from counterfeits, they became the biggest powerhouse in creating everything. That's the journey we must go to. We must be selfish. We must be selfish as a country. We must protect the intellectual property, but also protect you. Because even as you go into the Africa Free Continental Trade Area, it's an opportunity, but it's also a threat. So that you don't have, like we're discussing, whether it is Egypt or what, not dumping goods here. But also, why don't we be the ones to? Yeah. So I want to assure you that the county government of Nairobi, plus His Excellency the President, is very keen. We're both very keen on supporting manufacturing. You know, I have an example from industrial area where I've done, many of you manufacture from there.
You know, I've done for you your roads recently, and we continue to do it. Yesterday, I posted photos of Road C. But even in that specific area, your truck drivers used to pay 3,000 shillings, but the bribe was 1,000. So in my finance bill, I've reduced it to 1,000. Instead of bribing, just that itself will incentivize, that you can be able to do things much better. We are currently undertaking a project on our county aggregation industrial parks along Thika Road, where we want to do the metal and hardware production to support, the traders, the Kamkunji guys, the Ngong Road guys, the guys who do, production of metalwork and woodwork. With 98 billion shillings in housing that we've gotten from the housing fund already, those doors, those windows, those common facilities that are required are going to be produced there. So we want a partnership. Really, the long and short of it is to say that Nairobi is open. We want to work with you. The county government is open, and that's why when I got this invitation, I said I must come because we support you. If I don't support you, you said 65% of it is in Nairobi. Nairobi's GDP is 27 billion. Rwanda as a country's GDP is $11 billion. Yeah? So we're more than twice that country. But if we push you up from 7.5% to that 20 we've said in 7 years by the year 2030, then Nairobi becomes the powerhouse of the region, bigger than most of the countries, if you look at Nairobi as a country. And so these are my officers. Maureen Jerry is here. She's the CEC in charge of trade, business and hustler opportunities. That's what we call it. Akumali is here, is in charge of trade and hawkers, is the chief officer. Engage with them, get their numbers, get to know them, come to City Hall, participate in our finance bill process. Tell us hii hapana msiongeze, ongeza hii itatusaidia. We've done that in the transport sector, we've done it in many sectors, and it is working. Because nasema lazima work. And so Nairobi is proud for connecting our MSMEs to the anchor companies, the bigger companies, something about our psychology. But we want you to sell to the states, and then we buy them tumba that comes back. It doesn't make sense at all. Yeah. So we need a bit more of creative marketing. We need a bit more of champions, and you can have those champions in us. So I wish you all the best during the few days that you're going to have the expo. Is it 5 days or 6 days? I wish you all the best. I will come visit. I'll come to the stands. I'll buy some things. But really to invite Kenyans, please come. Let's support Kenyan businesses. Let's support Kenyan manufacturing. Buy Kenya, build Kenya, na tuchangamke. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.